tell my uncle. His moon sugar, his guard, even my cat. All lost. Is that really you? My friend from Wrothgar? It is you! Something has finally gone right in this hot and sandy land. I lost my uncle's goods, my guard. I even lost my cat. Mother was right. I never should have come here. You don't know the half of it. For a khajiit raised by orcs in Wrothgar, I always hoped to visit the land of my natural parents. But was I welcomed? No! I was robbed! My uncle trusted me. I was going to prove myself. Instead, I'm just a failure. We were taking my uncle's gourmet moon sugar to the market in Rimmen. We had just set up camp for the night when we were attacked. My cat Winks ran away. My guard, Maezi, chased after the thieves. I'm worried about them. Our camp isn't far from here, just over that rise and across the river. I looked, but I'm terrible at finding clues. Maybe you'll have better luck figuring out where the thieves went after they took my uncle's gourmet moon sugar. I worked up the courage to write to my khajiiti family. My uncle Azúcar answered. They said I was the best khajiit trader in Wrothgar, and he invited me to help with a family business. I lied, but even I could see the quality of his moon sugar. Winks? Oh, she's a great cat. Curious, adventurous, brave. Except today, for some reason. She ran off at the first sign of trouble, and I haven't seen her since. I hope she's all right. That would be Maezi. She works for my uncle. Best caravan guard in the business. That's what Uncle Azúcar said. And I believe him. Maezi is fantastic. She's smart, funny, brave. She fought like an orc. Even chased after the thieves when they ran. And I did too, for a little while. Then I received a response to my letter, and my uncle invited me to southern Elsweyr. I may have exaggerated my level of experience, which is why Uncle Azúcar trusted me with his precious cargo. This is where it happened. One moment I was spending a nice evening with Maezi and Winks. The next, those tuskless bastards were upon us. This is where it happened. They came out of nowhere. I remember getting hit and knocked to the ground. When I recovered, Winks was gone. But I heard Maezi shouting. She was chasing after those tuskless thieves. I want to say 3, but it was dark, and they came at us so fast. Had to be at least 3 to haul away my uncle's gourmet moon sugar. There could have been more. I hope for Maezi's sake it was only 3, though. I'm not an expert. I don't even like the stuff. But the purity of my uncle's moon sugar, well, it practically glows. He also adds herbs grown in the same fields to give it something extra. Anyway, look around and see if anything stands out. Looks like they dropped one of the sacks, so not a total loss. You found my dagger! My brother Wrothgar gave it to me before I left Wrothgar. I really hope Maezi and Winks are all right. Knowing Maezi, she's probably more worried about me. And I don't blame her. I'm so out of my element here. That sound. Did you hear that? Winks! What is it, Winks? What are you trying to tell us? Winks, can you take us to Maezi? Woohoo! Look at Winks go! Follow that cat! Smugglers. You did it, Winks. Good kitty. I knew Winks could do it. I asked her to find Maezi, and she led us right to this spot. Winks has never failed me before. She's an expert tracker, you know. My brother Avrig would use her to find me when I got turned around on a hunt. I want to rush down there and rescue Maezi, but I'd probably just make matters worse. I can't tell you how much I'd appreciate it. Besides, I'm still feeling a little discombobulated from the attack. I'm gonna take Winks and find a place to hide. We'll meet up with you when Maezi is safe and sound.
If you aren't a smuggler, this one would appreciate being set free. Maezi does not know what these bastards did with our moon sugar. Maybe you could look around while this one checks on her friend. Maezi cannot believe she allowed these stinky smugglers to ambush us and take our cargo. This one is never so negligent in her duties. But Zhasim was so... Never mind that now. Did you find the stolen moon sugar? Let Maezi see that. The note mentions that a third of the shipment is headed to Senchal, while the rest was taken to 2 drop points. One by the river north of the swamp, and another at an old farm. Too many places for Maezi to cover by herself. He did. Zhasim is not like other khajiit. He is different. Maezi will find Zhasim and try to intercept the smuggler going to Senchal. Could you go to the drop points and retrieve the rest of the stolen moon sugar?
Maezi! Winks and I were so worried. I see you met our friend.
This one is pleased to see you as well, Zhasim. While your friend finds the stolen moon sugar, we must hurry to Senchal. Despite all that occurred, Maezi is glad she is on this run. Zhasim has much to learn about being a merchant, but he's very interesting. This one is happy that the smugglers did not injure him too badly. Maezi sees how Zhasim worries, but Azúcar knows the perils of business. Zhasim does not realize how much his uncle cares for him. He will be happy his nephew is safe, despite the moon sugar. Zhasim does not realize a great many things. While Azúcar may accept the loss of the moon sugar, this one still wants to do everything she can to recover the stolen shipment. As discussed, we will go after the portion headed to Sanchal. You check on the drop points. Really? Maezi had hoped... But no. We took our eyes off the moon sugar, and look what happened. This one has a job to do. Maezi has no time for romantic overtures. At least, not until we recover and deliver our cargo.
I owe you a great debt for saving Maezi and finding Winks. Thank you so much, my friend. But what was that about Senchal and the stolen moon sugar? Is there still a chance to recover my uncle's goods? Well, that accounts for one of the portions. What about the other two? My uncle could be ruined if he lost 2/3 of his harvest. Then I owe you even more, friend. Well, my time here has been one disaster after another. I think I want to stay in Elsweyr and learn the family business. But if I lose the moon sugar, my uncle will disown me and send me back to Wrothgar. Don't be silly. I can visit them and write to them whenever I like. But this is a chance to get to know my Khajiit mother's family, to learn what it means to be Khajiit. And Maezi, well, she's really quite something, isn't she? I can't imagine that's true. She's so confident, so full of fire and steel. We're nothing alike. No, I think I'll keep those particular thoughts just between us, if you don't mind.
Hey, over here. Could use a little help.
idea, Zhasim. If we sell to merchants here in Senchal, we can turn a much faster profit for your uncle. Maezi smells the distinctive aroma of Hizikar's gourmet moon sugar. You found the 2 portions. Well done, Walker. Unfortunately, we have not found the 3rd portion as of yet, but we are still looking.
Oh, friend, we were so worried. You were gone so long, and we haven't been able to find the smuggler or the moon sugar bound for Senchal. Please tell me you had better luck. Even if you didn't, tell me anyway. I need some good news right now. Seriously? You aren't pulling my tusk, are you? No, of course not. Well, that is good news. Now, if only we knew where to find the last portion of the stolen moon sugar. Let me see that. Oh, this is terrible. If the smugglers go through with this plan, they'll ruin my uncle's reputation. No one will ever buy his gourmet moon sugar again. Oh, friend, could you go across the bay and recover the last of our cargo? If you can recover the last of the gourmet moon sugar, I have a plan that I think will impress my uncle and show him I am good for the family business. Well, once we recover the gourmet moon sugar, instead of incurring the expense of traveling all the way to Rimmen, we sell the cargo here. Maezi thinks it's a good plan. We may not get as much as in the big city, but we'll earn a fair price. Not yet. My uncle gave me a contact in Rimmen, but I don't know anyone here in Senchal. Luckily, Maezi has made plenty of runs for my uncle. She thinks she can introduce me to the right merchants here in town.
This one thinks we will get a much better price for the gourmet moon sugar in Senchal than we would have in Rimmen. Oh yes, between the smugglers and the constant threat from the dragons, Zhasim's plan makes the most sense. And from a business perspective, a faster turnaround is always most prudent. Maezi will miss traveling with Zhasim, though. Did this one give you the impression that she did not? Zhasim has qualities one rarely sees in the typical khajiit, and he has traveled so far. Maezi would love to see the great city of Orsinium, if Zhasim agrees to go along, of course.
Can't believe it. Sai Sahat reforming the dragon.
I will claw your heart out!
This one's uncle will finalize the ongoing contract. This exclusive arrangement for our gourmet moonsugar will benefit us all.
This one is pleased. We look forward to being the only distributor of your gourmet moonsugar in all of Palatine.
You did it, Zhasim.
Look at that! I actually negotiated a profitable contract for my uncle. But what of you, my friend? Were you able to secure the last of the stolen moonsugar? What an eventful day! I lost my cat, my uncle's moonsugar, even my... guard. But thanks to you, everyone is safe and sound. And we even made a deal for my uncle's gourmet moonsugar. What began as a nightmare has become a dream come true. I think I'm a child of two places, Wrothgar and Elsweyr. I don't think I can be truly happy staying in just one of them. But I've got another idea. Zhasim and Winks are going to become the traders they always knew they could be. I'm going to ask my uncle to let Maezi and me open a trade route between Orsinium and Sensual. If Maezi is willing, of course. Here, friend, for all your help. Thanks.
Nephew, this one came as soon as he got the message from Maezi.
Uncle, we sold your moonsugar and negotiated an exclusive trade agreement.
This one sent you to Rimmen and you wind up in Sensual expanding our business? Azúcar is impressed.
Uncle, I want to talk to you about another opportunity.
You did well, Zhasim. This one wants to hear all about your ideas for the business.
Zhasim has big plans. We spoke of them as we walked around Sunshell and waited to meet with those merchants. It was a nice walk. Oh, very much so. Maezi would like to help Zhasim understand the ways of the khajiita. And she would very much like Zhasim to show her the ways of the orcs. This one just hopes that the merchant life is as exciting as the life of a caravan guard. You think so? Perhaps you are right. Winks will probably run away again, if nothing else. Perhaps Maezi should look into getting her a tiny leash, yes?
Thanks to you, everything turned out better than I ever expected. You helped me show Maezi and Uncle Azúcar my true worth. Not as a son of Elsweyr or Wrothgar, but as a little of both. And Wink says thank you too. With Maezi and Winks at my side, I think I can do anything. She really is quite amazing. Well, I'm hoping she'll agree to something a little more permanent. I want her to see where I grew up. meet my hearth mother and my orc brother. Then, well, then we'll see.
Maezi wrote about a stranger that helped her and my nephew recover this one stolen moon sugar. Azúcar assumes that was you? That is good to hear. This one was so pleased to hear that his sister's child survived. Azúcar plans to make Zhasim an integral member of the family business. Our gourmet moon sugar is the best in all of southern Elsweyr. This one hates to lose a good caravan guard, but would love to gain a new daughter. Do not be surprised. Azúcar has seen how the two of them look at each other. This one also likes the business to succeed, so yes. Let Zhasim try. Let him succeed.